Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 28 of Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. This this is going to be a watch party of the number 11 ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the Cincinnati Bearcats. And then later today at 3:30 p.m., we'll have a watch party for the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. And then, probably during that stream, we'll also have a watch party. We'll probably have a watch party during the 12-ranked Houston Cougars and the Kansas State Wildcats. And then at 7 o'clock p.m., we got the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then at 8:30 p.m. tonight, we got the Baylor Bears taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Hope you all have a wonderful day so far today. Let me pull up the live stream chat here. Also, let me let people know that I'm live. Alright, but before we get started, before we start beginning watching this and before I turn it on, I want to first talk about some MLB news that broke out last night. Alright, so the Toronto Blue Jays I did. Shout out to Dad in the chat. Dad's in the chat. But yeah, Blue Jays last night they were able to agree on a 3-year, $33 million deal with free agent relief pitcher Jeff Hoffman, who this past season played for the Philadelphia Phillies. In the 2024 regular season, he finished with a 3-3 record, a 2.17 ERA, 68 games, 0 games started, 10 saves, a 66 1/3 innings pitched, 89 strikeouts, and a 0.96 WHIP. So yeah. Shout out to Mom in the chat. Mom's in the chat. Say hello. But alright, moving on. We got let me see. Let's go to ESPN here and let's talk about some college basketball scores and stuff before we turn the game on. We still got time. We still got 10 minutes to go. Just about 10 minutes to go. Alright, let's do NCAA men's basketball scores. So, today at 1 p.m., of course. Well, hold on. Right now, with 7 minutes to go in the second half in the game, it's 75-61. 4-ranked Duke Blue Devils lead the Notre Dame Fighting Irish with 2:49 to go in the game. It's 72-66. USC Trojans over the 13-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. 36 seconds to go in the first half. It's 40-32. South Carolina Gamecocks over the 2-ranked Auburn Tigers. At 1 p.m. on ESPN, we got the 3-ranked Iowa State Cyclones taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Joe says, yeah, you can have your own discussion about that. Hello, Joe. Shout out to Joe in the chat. At 1 p.m. on Fox, we got the 9-ranked UConn Huskies taking on the Georgetown Hoyas. At 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks against the Cincinnati Bearcats. Also at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the East Carolina Pirates against the 19-ranked Memphis Tigers. At 3 p.m. on ESPN, the 8-ranked Florida Gators taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. At 5 p.m. on ESPN, the 1-ranked Tennessee Volunteers taking on the Texas Longhorns. Also at 5 p.m. ESPN Plus, 12-ranked Houston Cougars take on the Kansas State Wildcats. Also at 5 p.m. on ESPN2, the 17-ranked Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. At 5 p.m. on the SEC Network, LSU Tigers taking on the 23-ranked Ole Miss Rebels. 5-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide take on the 10-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. I believe that's at College Station. At 7 p.m. on ESPN. SEC Network at 7:30 p.m. The 6-ranked Kentucky Wildcats take on the 14-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. At 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the 18-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs will host the Washington State Cougars. And then on CBS Sports Network at 8 o'clock p.m., we got the Aggies of number 25 ranked Utah State taking on the Broncos of Boise State. Hold on, let me see what the chat's saying here. Oh, yeah. But yeah, okay. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Fox, we got the 16-ranked Michigan State Spartans taking on the Northwestern Wildcats. At 11 a.m., Big Ten Network, Nebraska Cornhuskers against the 20-ranked Purdue Boilermakers. At 1 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, Washington Huskies taking on the 24-ranked Michigan Wolverines. At 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the 21-ranked West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. At 3 p.m. on Big Ten Network, 15-ranked Oregon Ducks against the Penn State Nittany Lions. On Monday, we got the 22-ranked UCLA Bruins up against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. On Tuesday, January 14th, the last one I'm going to be reading, at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network, 14-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs take on the 2-ranked Auburn Tigers. At 6 p.m. on ESPN-U, we got the 23-ranked Ole Miss Rebels taking on the 5-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. At 6 p.m. on ESPN2, the 10-ranked Texas A&M Aggies go on the road to take on the 6-ranked Kentucky Wildcats in Kentucky. At 6 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network, the 7-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles take on the DePaul Blue Demons. At 6 p.m. on Peacock, we got the Indiana Hoosiers taking on the 13-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. At 8 p.m. on ESPN, the Miami Hurricanes take on the 4-ranked Duke Blue Devils. And at 8 p.m. on ESPN-U, the Missouri Tigers take on the 8-ranked Florida Gators. Now let's go ahead and, well, hold on. Well, we'll rush through this. Alright, conference standings. So in the A-Sun, we got Queens, America East, Vermont, American Athletic Conference, Memphis, Atlantic 10, St. Louis, Atlantic Coast Conference, Duke, Big 12, Iowa State, Big East, Marquette, Big Sky, Northern Colorado, Big South, High Point, Big 10, Michigan State, Big West, UC Irvine, Coastal Athletic Association, Charleston, Conference USA, UTEP, Horizon League, Youngstown State, Columbia for Ivy League, Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, Marist, Mid-American Conference, Toledo, Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, Norfolk State, Bradley, Missouri Valley Conference, Mountain West Conference, Utah State, Northeast Conference, Long Island, Ohio Valley Conference, Tennessee Tech, Patriot League, Holy Cross, Southeastern Conference, Auburn, Southern Conference, Samford, Southland Conference, McNeese, Southwestern Athletic Conference, Southern, Summit League at St. Thomas, and yes, Oral Roberts is still in the 8th. Sunbelt Conference, South Alabama, West Coast Conference, St. Mary's, and Western Athletic Conference, the Utah Valley Wolverines. So there you go. Let's close that tab. Let me get my remote so I can turn on the game. Oh. We have 3 minutes to go until tip-off between the 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Oh, guys, my TV is bugging out. I don't know why. ESPN. Alright, now we're getting into it. 1 minute, officially 1 minute to go until tip-off. I said, "Where's Dave?" I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I texted him saying I'm live, and he hasn't shown up yet. Guys, give me 1 minute. Just pulling up the game here. Yeah. ESPN is taking sweet time loading. Oops. The TV is going slow. Looks like it's going to be 103, 104 until we actually can get this going because my TV is, again, not wanting to work for some reason. Or it's working, but it's not. It's taking slow. Or going slow, I mean. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're getting the game. Now we're getting on the game. Alright. As this loads, I'll get to see what the score is. The probably just now tipping off the game by. Oh, yeah. It looks like the Bearcats of Cincinnati won the chip. They're in Cincinnati, Ohio. At the Bearcats place. Cincinnati. Oh. Almost a steal by Kansas, but they couldn't actually get it. A lob plus the dunk. Cincinnati jumps out in front early, 2-0. Shaquille Moore, Devon Harris Jr., Zaki Mayo, KJ Adams Jr., and Hunter Dickinson's your starting five for your Kansas Jayhawks. As it always is. And there's a 2-pointer right there by Dickinson. We're tied 2-2. Kansas with the basketball. I guess they got a steal or something from Cincinnati. Joe says, pictures. I think pictures would be nice. Alright, 2-pointer by Cincinnati. It's now 4-2 over Kansas. I want the chat. Everyone in the chat right now, I want you to type in your score prediction for this Kansas-Cincinnati game. I'm going to go ahead and type mine. I'm going to say 95 to 79. Kansas. There's my score prediction, 95-79 Kansas over Cincinnati. What is y'all's score prediction? Type in the chat. One Harris, Moore for 2, but blocked by Cincinnati. Cincinnati for 2 drains it. It's now 6-2. Cincinnati now leads Kansas 6-2. 16 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Cincinnati with the steal. For 2. Banks it 8-2 Cincinnati. Kansas has not been able to find rhythm besides those 2 points they scored at their first shot of the game. 3-pointer banks it off the backboard. Dwan Harris Jr. for Kansas is now 8-5. Cincinnati for 2 off the mark, but offensive rebound for 3. Misses. Defensive rebound, Hunter Dickinson. Kansas basketball. Dickinson, the ball. 2-pointer, good. It's now 8-7. 1-point game. 1 possession game, once again. Yeah, I honestly don't know what David is. Kansas. But 3 drains it. Zaki Mayo. It's now 10-8. Kansas leads the Cincinnati Bearcats. Joe says, use my score yesterday. 90-81, I think. Yeah, 90-81. Okay. 90-81 Kansas. That's a pretty good score. Alright. Alright, they're taking their first commercial break and timeout of the game. So, yeah, I don't know what Joe is. Oh, sorry, not Joe. I don't know what David is. But yeah. Sorry, guys, I bet I heard some. Alright, so let's take a look at some more stuff on ESPN. Alright, so for the college football fans out there, I'm sure you guys already know how the Ohio State-Texas game turned out. The Ohio State Buckeyes pulled off the win in the college football playoff semifinals at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic over the Texas Longhorns by a final score of 28-14. So they will now move on to the national championship game on Monday, January 20th, to take on the 7-seed Notre Dame Fighting Irish. It will be a national championship matchup between the 7-seed Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the 8-seed Ohio State Buckeyes for the national championship title. trophy, just as Ohio State is the best. Ohio State is known for having a great team. They 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 got a really good team, and they have for I'm pretty sure several years now. So yeah, Ohio State. In my opinion, Ohio State is one of those teams where it's kind of like Texas, where no matter what seed they are, they're going to be good. So it really does not matter what seed they are; they're going to be good. Um, it just determines on whether that opposing team they're facing can handle that type of pressure that Ohio State brings to the opponent. But yeah, so Ohio State and Notre Dame in the national will play in the national championship game on Monday, January 20th. But yeah, let's take a look at some NFL. All right, so today at 3:30 p.m. Central Time on CBS and Paramount Plus, we got my Houston Texans up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Take in mind this is the wild card round. All right. And then later tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time on Prime Video, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And then tomorrow at 12, and then tomorrow we got football all day basically. 12 p.m. Central Time on CBS and Paramount Plus, the Denver Broncos head to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. 3:30 p.m. on Central Time on Fox, we got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. At 7 p.m. Central Time on NBC and Peacock, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Washington Commanders. Like I had mentioned, 7 p.m. Central Time on Monday, we got the Minnesota Vikings against the Los Angeles Rams in Los Angeles. Assuming it doesn't get pushed, assuming it doesn't, assuming they don't have to move it due to the fires, they're probably gonna have to move it to Arizona just because of all the California wildfires that are happening surrounding LA. So yeah. But right now, the game is scheduled to be in Los Angeles, California, at SoFi Stadium. But they're probably gonna have to move it to Phoenix, Arizona. So Cincinnati takes the ball away from Kansas. That'll be out of bounds, and looks like it'll stay Kansas basketball. I feel like tonight, me personally, I feel like tonight is gonna be entering like the football games. That's what I'm talking about. The football game tonight between the Ravens and the Steelers at 7 p.m. Central Time. I feel like that's gonna be interesting. Uh, Mainly because none of them are my team, so I can just sit back and just watch and just watch some fun, exciting football. Um, and same for tomorrow. You know, Texans are not playing tomorrow. Texans are not playing tomorrow. Um, you got the Bills against the Broncos, the Packers against the Eagles, and the Buccaneers against the Commanders. And then on Monday night, you got the Vikings taking on the Rams. So it'll be a lot of fun for sure. A lot of fun for sure. So yeah, close that tab. Alright, I'm gonna type in the chat. Alright, so David, if you're in the live, say hi in the chat. Yeah, I'm excited for today. I'm excited to do all this. We'll be live for this game. We'll be live at 3:30. Alright, so my guess is this game will probably be over before the Texans start. So my guess is once this game is done, I'll have a little bit of time. I'll end the stream. I'll have a little bit of time before the Texans game starts, so I can go downstairs, take a break, and stuff like that. Do the normal stuff that I need to do, and then come back up here. Probably like another 4 hours or so. But yeah. And then the Cougar game will probably start during while the Texans are playing. So while the Texans are playing. So I'll probably bring my other computer. I'll probably bring my other computer that's currently downstairs right now. I'll probably bring it up here. So that way I have another device playing the Houston Cougar game while I'm watching the remainder of the Texans game. And yeah, once the Texans game finishes, I'll quickly end the Texans stream and quickly begin a new stream where we'll do a watch party for the Houston Cougars, and then afterwards, it'll probably still, and then once that's done, it'll probably end like at the very start of the Ravens Steelers game. So I'll turn the Ravens Steelers on, and then once the Cougars are done, I'll stop the stream, start a new stream, and do the Ravens and Steelers, and then same thing for Baylor. Baylor will start during the Ravens and Steelers, and you get I'll be watching that. I'll be watching both things, and once the Ravens and Steelers end, then I'll end the stream quickly, start a new stream, and watch the remainder of the Baylor game. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for sure. 10 minutes and 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first half. It's 14-12, Cincinnati over Kansas. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Just as when you're working out, I did working out yesterday. All right, and I'll do some later today. 7 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the first half. It's 19-14 Cincinnati Bearcats over the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Dickinson misses the putback, and Cincinnati with the defensive rebound. One field goal in. I can't even tell what it just said. I can't even tell what it just said. Six minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cincinnati for two. It's now 21-14. Timeout taken by Kansas. Taken. Timeout taken by the Jayhawks. With 6:45 to go in the first half. Cincinnati, nice start. They have taken a 21-14 lead over the Jayhawks. Good start for the Bearcats. Alright, let's look at some MLB news. So, Chris Taylor. I don't know. Oh! Alright, sorry. Anyways, so Freddie Freeman and Chris Taylor are helping raise funds for the wildfire relief efforts for the wildfires in California, which is really nice. This was posted Sonha Chin of MLB.com. As devastating wildfires have raged through Los Angeles this past week, several Dodgers have contributed to relief efforts as the city continues to fight to contain the blazes. According to ESPN's Jeff Passan, Freddie Freeman and his wife, Chelsea, are making three donations of $100,000, totaling $300,000 to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, the Pasadena Fire Department, and the Salvation Army. Chelsea Freeman also shared in an Instagram story that she was matching a donation to Pasadena Humane, which has been giving care to pets lost or abandoned in the fires. Chris Taylor and his wife Mary began a fundraiser through their CT3 Foundation that also supports the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation. They are matching donations up to $5,000. But yeah, it's pretty sad what's happening down in California. But so Kansas has some notable transfers actually. David Coit, Rylan Griffin, Zaki Mayo, and AJ Storr. all four are transfers from different colleges who played with different colleges last season. Speaking of AJ Storr, off the bench, makes it 2. It's now 21-16. 6:15 to go in the first half. I don't know what Joe is. Oh, sorry, I don't know what David is. Joe, do you know what David is? Do you know what David is, Joe? 'Cause I don't. Alright, let's look at ESPN here. I don't. Alright. So, update. So, the Texas Tech Red Raiders are right now winning over the 3-ranked Iowa State Cyclones 14-12. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 12 minutes and 11 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the game. It's 52-49. 2-ranked Auburn Tigers over the South Carolina Gamecocks, now 52-51. The Georgetown Hoyas lead the 9-ranked Yukon Huskies 11-7 with 13 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first half. Cincinnati now leads 23-16. Hunter Dickinson with the basketball for Kansas and drains the 2. It's now 23-18. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first half. Let me see. Alright, here come the Jayhawks, and a dunk! Alley-oop! KJ Adams Jr. with a dunk! 4 minutes to go in the first half. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Now 23-20. Cincinnati Bearcats over 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas coming back. He's trying to make a comeback here. Cincinnati for a dunk, and that was completely easy. No defenders guarding him at all. 25-20. That was number 23, Dylan Mitchell, for the Cincinnati Bearcats. You think David's doing that? Could be. He very likely could be. Mayo for 3 for Kansas, off the mark. Jump ball, and the arrow belongs to Cincinnati. .313 to go in the first half. It's 25-20. 5-point lead for the Cincinnati Bearcats over the 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Alright, let's type in ESPN here, and let me see. So the new rankings will come out this Monday. So coming up in 2 days. In 2 days, the new college football rankings will come out. some teams such as Baylor and teams like that are looking to get back in the rankings, while other teams like Michigan and Utah State are trying to stay in the rankings. How can they help themselves? Well, it's simple, by winning. They can help themselves by winning their upcoming games. Let's take a look at Baylor. Baylor. The next 5 games coming up are Arizona State, Arizona, TCU, Kansas State, and Utah. They may or may not win against Arizona, but the games they have to win are tonight against Arizona State, TCU, Kansas State on the 22nd, and Utah on the 25th. All right, Arizona's kind of to determine on whether they would win that on the 14th. That's at 10 o'clock at night. That's gonna be a late stream. Oh my good lord. That's gonna be, yeah, I don't even know how that's gonna look at, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's Baylor's schedule. Let's take a look at Utah State. Utah State. Yeah. Okay. Utah State's next 5 games are Boise State, UNLV, Nevada, Air Force, and UNLV. They have to win. They have to win tonight against Boise State. They have to win on the 15th against UNLV. They have to win on the 22nd against Nevada and the 25th against Air Force. And they also have to win on the 29th against UNLV again. And they also have to win on February 1st against New Mexico. Another team I can think of is Michigan. Their next 5 games are against Washington, Minnesota, Northwestern, Purdue, Penn State. They have to win. They have to beat Washington on the 12th. They have to beat Washington tomorrow. They have to win on the 16th against Minnesota. They have to beat Northwestern on the 19th. They can try and upset Purdue on the 24th, and they might honestly be successful. And they have to win against Penn State at home on the 27th. And then on February 1st, they probably also have to win on the road against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. But yeah, just to name a few teams there. Just to name a few teams there. A foul on KJ Adams Jr. of the Jayhawks. It's 1:16 to go in the first half. It's 25-22. Bearcats over the 11th-ranked Jayhawks. Zakib Mayo's coming in for KJ Adams Jr., who has 2 fouls on the day so far. Huh. Cincinnati tried to pass it, but just too high for the receiving player. So it'll be a turnover. Kansas basketball. A minute to go here in the first half. Officially, a minute left. Kansas passes it. AJ Store for 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound. Zakib Mayo. I thought he was going 3 there, but never mind. And that is no basket. A foul on Cincinnati. And a pair of free throws coming at the line for the Kansas Jayhawks. And it looks like at the free throw line for the Kansas Jayhawks is going to be... Well, maybe. Yeah. First free throw attempt tonight for the Jayhawks. And Banks the first. Makes the first. Coming up at halftime, Wooden Watch Kansas vs. Iowa State preview and first half stats and highlights. So yes, that is Sorry guys, water in my eyes. Good lord. Daddy says making. Oh good lord. Daddy says making mocha cream with whipped cream at Cooper Cafe. Where's Dave and Nene? I have no flipping clue, alright? I'm more asking where David is, alright? But, yeah. .1 to go here in the first half. Cincinnati basketball goes in from the sidelines. Cincinnati with deep 3 off the mark. Almost a shot clock violation. Kansas will go for the last shot of the half. Harris Jr. misses. And that's it. 25-24. Cincinnati Bearcats over the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks at halftime. Cincinnati Bearcats against Baylor. They had 16 points in the paint. So far today, 18 points in the paint. They have 2 more points in the paint today than they did so far today than they did in the entire game against Baylor. Coffee, sweet mocha cream. Oh, good lord. Yeah. I don't know what Nene and David are. I don't know what they are. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. No. You might go there to the house. So I might just leave my door open. So. It's not like people can see the door. They don't see the door. They see it's the wall. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Bella, Clara, guys. Hey. Hey. Alright, guys. Alright. Halftime now between the Jayhawks and the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Let me see. Alright, sorry, guys. I was quickly texting David and Nini if they were able to join the chat. Daddy, I want you to type in the chat your score prediction for the Kansas-Cincinnati game. Right now, it's 25-24 Cincinnati at halftime. Cincinnati's impressed me so far in this game. I did not expect Cincinnati to really get the lead at all in this game. But they've had the lead and they've held the lead. So props to them. I think Kansas has only gotten the lead one. I think Kansas only got the lead one time in the entire first half. I think Cincinnati basically took control of the entire first half over Kansas. So, which against a team like the Jayhawks, that's impressive. That is impressive for sure. But yeah, Daddy, I want to know what's your score prediction on the game. Well, I look at some here on MLB, or look for something to talk about while we're on commercial break, or while we're in halftime. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. This is an interesting article. 10, 10 players who could be 2025 versions of 24's breakout stars. This was per David Adler of movie.com. We got Ellie De La Cruz. It says, here we go. Who is number one? 2025 Bobby Witt Jr. From star to superstar. Ellie De La Cruz. 2. The 2025 Gunnar Henderson. Rookie of the Year candidate to MVP candidate. Jackson Merrill. Number 3, the 2025 Ellie De La Cruz. Big talent who puts it all together. James Wood of the Nationals. Yeah, maybe. Number 4, the 2025 Jarren Duran. A huge leap from an unexpected source. Pete Crow Armstrong from the Chicago Cubs. Okay. Number 5, the 2025 Jackson Merrill. Instant impact rookie. Roman Anthony of the Red Sox. Number 6, the 2025 Tariq Skubal. Talented arm, stays healthy, and dominates. Nick Lodolo, Cincinnati Reds. 7, the 2025 Hunter Green, the breakout we've been waiting for. Mackenzie Gore, Nationals. Number 8, the 2025 Garrett Crochet, out of nowhere All-Star. Taj Bradley, Tampa Bay Rays. How's it going, Bagger? Bella's laying on my bed. 9, the 2025 Bryce Miller, promising rookie builds on it. Spencer Schwellenbach of the Atlanta Braves. And last but not least, number 10, the 2025 Mason Miller, the next great closer, which is Angels Ben Joyce, who can throw up to 100. I think, yeah, he one time this past season, he threw up to 105.5 miles an hour. And that was against, I believe, the Kansas City Royals. Oh, no, sorry. The Los Angeles Dodgers. Not Kansas City Royals. The Dodgers. Like the story, yes. So that was interesting. That was an interesting article to read, for sure. I'm drinking water. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, so many things are happening. Alright, let's see. So let's take a look at ESPN. Let's take a look at some college men's basketball scores. Alright, so let's take a look at scores here. So, with 3:52 to go in the game, it's 63-62. South Carolina Gamecocks over the 2-ranked Auburn Tigers. With 2:04 to go in the first half, it's 38-28. Texas Tech Red Raiders over the 3-ranked Iowa State Cyclones. With 4:51 to go in the first half, the Georgetown Hoyas are losing to the 9-ranked UConn Huskies by a score of 25-20. 1:12 to go in the first half. It's 36-21. 19-ranked Memphis Tigers over the East Carolina Pirates, now with 59 seconds to go in the first half. At 3 p.m., yeah. And then, of course, at halftime, it's 25-24. Cincinnati Bearcats over the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks at halftime. They're going to take a commercial break, and then afterwards, they'll start the second half. I want to thank everybody that has so far sticked around. Now we have been now live for officially now an hour and 7 minutes that we have been live and 20 seconds. An hour and 7 minutes that we have been live. Always love to see it. Always love to see it. Oh, I just typed in the chat saying 65. He predicts Kansas to beat Cincinnati 65-60. Good prediction there. I mean, I do think it will be close because clearly Cincinnati has proven they want to win, or they at least want to play tough against Kansas here. And who wouldn't? Kansas is an unbelievable team. They obviously want to play good against them. But yeah. Yeah. So Jay, how's the sweet mocha? Uh, Hang on, guys. Daddy says, where's Dave? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I sent him a message saying, "Hey, join the chat," and he has yet to respond, or he has yet to respond in the chat at least. So I don't know what the heck. I don't know where David is. I don't know. beyond me. Alright, they're just now beginning the second half here between the Cincinnati Bearcats and the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. They said just up. Yeah, Joe kind of disappeared. I don't know where he went. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. And Dad says kick Dave out of the committee. I mean, I looked and it still says 3 people watching. So I don't even. That might be you, Mom, and Joe. I don't even know if David is watching. He's watching. So, but at the same time, he can join whenever he wants to because we'll be again live for a long time. We'll be live for a long time. So today, so he can join in at whatever time. Kansas takes the first lead of the game since the very beginning of the first half. 18 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. It's 26-25. 11-ranked Kansas over Cincinnati. Cincinnati for 3. Off the mark, in and out. Kansas defensive rebound. That's the key Mayo for Kansas. Dwan Harris Jr. passes it. Hunter Dickinson now has it now. Looks like Moore has it. Now it's Key Mayo for 3. Off the mark, Kansas. Offensive rebound. That's KJ Adams Jr. Passes it down to Moore. Passes it to Hunter Dickinson for 3. Off the mark. Defensive rebound, Cincinnati. Cincinnati with the steal. And that's a foul on Moore of Kansas. Foul on Kansas is Shaquille Moore. And that will send Cincinnati to they'll just throw it in from the sidelines, so never mind. I honestly have no idea what's the rule as far as the amount of fouls you need for free throws or stuff like that. I have no idea what the rule is. More for the steal for Kansas, and the 2 is now 28-25 Kansas lead over Cincinnati. 16 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the game. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I feel like these NFL playoffs are going to be interesting, specifically for like teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and stuff like that. Because for the Eagles, you have to take in perspective like how's Jalen Hurts going to be for the remainder of the playoffs, for the remainder of the playoff games that they're in, right? How because obviously he's probably going to be out for tomorrow afternoon's game against the Packers. He's probably going to be out. But if Philadelphia does indeed win against Green Bay tomorrow, and they do move on to the divisional round to play whoever, is Jalen Hurts going to be ready for the divisional round when it comes, or are they going to have to, or are they going to have to play the divisional round also without Jalen Hurts, and have to hope they win that game to see Jalen Hurts play again this season for the Eagles? So I have no idea. And you also have to think Green Bay. They're also losing Jordan Love. They I doubt they might not have Jordan Love for this wildcard game tomorrow against the Eagles. So both the Eagles and Packers might actually be down uh, both their their both of their number one main quarterbacks for tomorrow's wildcard game. Jalen Hurts for Philadelphia and Jordan Love for Green Bay. So yeah, they're just gonna have to work around it and play around it somehow. You got Kenny Pickett for the Eagles, who's probably going to start as the quarterback for Philadelphia, and then for Green Bay, who's Green Bay have? Green Bay has let me see, Bay, Green Bay Packers. All right, let's take a look at the depth chart. So the backup quarterback for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers is Malik Willis. Malik Willis. So yeah, you got Kenny Pickett, who will most likely start tomorrow afternoon's game at quarterback for the Eagles, and then it'll probably be Malik Willis at quarterback for the Packers tomorrow afternoon game against the Eagles. So it just depends on what quarterback stands out, or what quarterback does the better job at not just throwing the football, but uh, yeah, just like passing and stuff like that. Who overall does a good job at quarterback? Yeah, that's my take on it. But yeah, so it's snowing. It's it's snowing in there at over there in Cincinnati, Ohio. Interesting. 15 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the game. It's 28-26, 11 Kansas over Cincinnati. Kansas throws in from the sidelines. 2-point by Dickinson off the mark, and that will be a defensive rebound, Cincinnati. Kansas with the steal. That's KJ Adams Jr. for 2. Off the mark, Cincinnati with the block and the steal. Transition 2. Off the mark, Hunter Dickinson, defensive rebound for Kansas. We're going back and forth, back and forth. Go get him, Bella. 14:50 to go in the game. It's 30-26. Kansas over Cincinnati. That was Hunter Dickinson. Now 8 points and 8 rebounds on the day for Mr. Hunter Dickinson, and loses the ball there. Goes all the way to the other side of the court. Has to retreat it. Cincinnati for 2 banks it. It's now 30-28. The first field goal in about 8 minutes, right there for the Bearcats. Insane. "14 minutes to go in the game. It's 30-28. 11 Kansas over Cincinnati. Left open, AJ Store for 3 off the mark. So I'll do my regular thing for football is for both the Texans Chargers game and the Ravens Steelers game. I will do a live stream for the first and second quarter. Alright. And at halftime I'll take a break. Alright. Do the stuff I need to do and stuff like that. And then I'll do another live stream for the third and fourth quarter. Alright. So that's what I'll do. A lot of live streaming today. 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. It's 30-28 Kansas over Cincinnati. Cincinnati with the basketball. Cincinnati. For 3, a step back 3. Cincinnati gets the lead again. It's 31-30 over Kansas. 13:10 to go in the game. That was Arden Page for 3 for the Cincinnati 3-pointer. Cincinnati with the steal, and now Kansas with the steal again. All right, what is happening? $12:53 to go in the game. Alright, where's David? I want to know now. Where's David? Where's David? $12:26 to go in the game. 2.9 to go on the shot clock. Kansas went for 2, but it was deflected out. It was pounded out of bounds by Cincinnati. for three. Off the mark. Cincinnati with the rebound. 12:15 left in the game. Yeah, it's already 12 minutes to go in the game, and it's only 2:12 p.m. Bum 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 bum. Oh. Two. Cincinnati Bearcats, if they are able to pull off this upset here over the Kansas Jayhawks, then that'll be a good boost for them going into their next matchup, which I don't know their next matchup. Hold on. Let me look. ESPN. Cincinnati. Cincinnati. So their next opponent is up against is in Colorado against the Colorado Buffaloes at 8 p.m. on the 15th. And then Kansas' next opponent is on the 15th at 6 p.m. on ESPN2 again in Ames, Iowa, taking on the 3-ranked Iowa State Cyclones. And then on the 18th at 12 p.m. on CBS, they're back at home in Lawrence, Kansas, taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. After Colorado. After Colorado, Cincinnati plays on the 18th at 1 p.m. on CBS Sports Network at home in Cincinnati, Ohio, against the Arizona State Sun Devils. So yeah. The Ryan Blaney card is still here. $11:38 to go in the game. The Bearcats of Cincinnati lead the Jayhawks of Kansas by 1, 31-30. Alright, yeah. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, Cincinnati for 2, and hook shot is missed. Kansas defensive rebound. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. Alright, 10 minutes to go in the game. It's 34-33 Kansas over Cincinnati. Bum, 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 bum. I'm back. Nine minutes and 45 seconds to go in the game. Kansas for a dunk. It's now 36-33 over Cincinnati. I believe that was AJ Store. 9:30 left in the game. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Cincinnati for two. Getting helped by the backboard. 36-35. That was Dan Skillings Jr. for Cincy. 8:32 go in the game. Dickinson in the lane comes up empty. It's now Cincinnati basketball as they get the defensive rebound. Kansas for the steal, and yep, steal for two. Off the backboard, no good. KJ Adams Jr. with the offensive rebound and the two, plus the foul. 38-35, and a chance at going up 39-35 after this timeout. With 7:57 to go in the game. 38-35. The Jayhawks lead the Bearcats. And when they come back, KJ Adams will be at the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play. I don't know where David is. Boom, 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 boom. Uh, Let me see. MLB. Last game. Oh no, sorry. What am I talking about? Let's see what we got. Let's look at latest free agent. Oh wait, we already talked about that. Never mind. Let's talk about some Astros things, shall we? Alright, let's take a look at the depth chart for the Astros. Alright. So again, rotation you got Fama Valdez, Hunter Brown, Renell Blanco, Spencer Everday, Luis Garcia, Lance McCullers, Hayden Wisniewski, Brian Gusto, GP France, and Christian Javier. This is gonna get bit down, or this is gonna get smaller. Trust me. As we get closer and closer, trust me. By the time opening day gets here, this is gonna change. All right. So like you may or may not see JP France on here. You may or may not see Ryan Gusto on here. My guess is our rotation is probably going to be, well, ideally, what I would like our rotation to be is Valdez, Famba Valdez, Hunter Brown, Renell Blanco, uh, uh, Hayden Wisniewski, and Christian Javier. Actually, yeah, Christian Javier. I'm fine with putting Spencer Arrighetti, Luis Garcia, and Lance McCullers Jr. down in the bullpen. I think they would be great relief. I think they would be great like long term like long relievers that can come in for like 2 or 3 innings, and give you like a good two, 3 innings. So 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. It's 38-37, 11 ranked Kansas over Cincinnati. This is a low scoring game so far. Not much offense so far for either side of the basket, for either team right now. Kansas offensive rebound. Hunter Dickinson for 3 off the mark. Cincinnati defensive rebound. But moving on, we got the bullpen. We got Josh Hader, Ryan Presley, Brian Abreu, not Tanner Scott, my gosh. Taylor Scott, Bennett Sousa, Caleb Orts, and Brian King. Alright, so I would keep Brian King. I'm going to keep Caleb Orts. I would keep Bennett Sousa. I'm going to keep Taylor Scott. I'm going to keep Brian Abreu. I'm going to keep Josh Hader. And I would probably trade away Presley for like another good solid reliever setup guy that can replace him. That's because Presley, don't get me wrong, Presley, well, you guys saw it. Presley gave up a ton of games this season, or this past season in 2024 for the Astros. He lost a lot of games for us, and I just don't think we really need him anymore. So I would probably and plus also there have already been a ton of rumors already about the Astros possibly trading Presley. So Page misses the jump for Cincinnati. Kansas defensive rebound. Here's KJ Adams. Now Zaki Mayo. Now more. For 2. Banks it. 42-37. 5:20 to go in the game. But yeah. I would trade Ryan Presley to get a solid reliever, and that would be a seventh reliever. Yeah. For catcher, we got Yano Diaz, Victor Caratini, and Cesar Salazar. Now look, I'm fine with this. All right, Yano Diaz. Look, he's a good young catcher to have, and he actually had a pretty solid season for us. He actually had a pretty solid 2024 campaign for the Astros. If you think about it, 2024 regular season, 585 at bats. In those at bats, 70 runs scored, 175 hits, 16 home runs, 84 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, a .299 batting average, .325 on base percentage, and a .766 OPS. In his career regular season, 948 at bats, 121 runs scored, 276 hits, 39 home runs, 145 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, .291 batting average, .317 on base percentage, .793 OPS. Now, yes, he is not a home run hitter, but he's definitely an RBI driver. He's definitely someone that can drive in RBIs for you. So he's a good young court. He's a good young. I almost said quarterback. He's a good young catcher to have in the catcher depth. In the catcher depth. So yeah, Victor Caratini. He's a nice veteran guy to have. I feel like he didn't have the best season anyone could ask for in 2024. 245 at bats, 30 runs scored, 66 hits, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs, 0 stolen bases, .269 batting average, .336 on base percentage, .744 OPS. Career regular season, 1,631 at bats, 180 runs scored, 393 hits, 46 home runs, 201 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, .241 batting average, .320 on base percentage, .684 OPS. So he's definitely not a home run hitter. He's like Diaz. He's not a home run hitter, and he can drive an RBIs here and there. But yeah, he's kind of like Diaz, but kind of not like Diaz at the same time. However, one thing's for sure is that Caratini, there were many times during the regular season where Caratini threw the ball to second base really well on the throwdown, compared to Yano Diaz. Diaz a lot of times just plumped it over there, and it went to the side and stuff like that. So it was way offline. So I feel like Caratini's a better catcher as far as like throwing. But when it comes to like the bat and stuff, I feel like Yano Diaz is better. But yeah, Yano Diaz is a better catcher to have as far as the bat, but better catcher as far as who's the better catcher as far as throwing, I feel like it's Victor Caratini, in my opinion. But yeah, so moving on, we got first base. We got Christian Walker, John Singleton, Mauricio Dubon, Yano Diaz, Zach Dozenzo, and Victor Caratini. Now, look, I'm really happy. I'm really happy and stoked that we were able to pick up Christian Walker. He's a really good first baseman. He's a really good bat to have as well. This past season in 2024, 479 at bats, 72 runs scored, 120 hits, 26 home runs, 84 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, .251 batting average, .335 on base percentage, and a .803 OPS. Kansas for dunk. The lob. Moore finishes it off. 3:45 to go in the game. It's 46-37 Kansas over Cincinnati. This is going to be one heck of a low scoring game. It's only 46-37. Alright, let's see. It's only 2:33. We got time. We got an hour. The run continues. 3:08 to go in the game. It's 48 to, I believe, 37. Kansas over Cincinnati. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first half. In the game, I mean. Yeah, I think it said 38 to, sorry, 48 to 37. Yeah. But yeah, Christian Walker and I like John Singleton as a backup first base guy. But he can play defense at times, and he can hit home runs sometimes. Sometimes not really. But Dubon, look, I think Dubon could also be great as a backup first base. He's a utility player, so he's basically backup for everything besides pitcher and catcher. Zach Dozenzo, Yano Diaz, and Victor Caratini. Look, Zach Dozenzo, I think he can go back down to AAA. Victor Caratini, I think, and this is my opinion, I think Yano Diaz, Victor Caratini can just stick with catching and DH. Zach Dozenzo can just go back down to AAA and focus on practicing more at first base and hitting and stuff like that. And then when he's ready, he can come back up in the majors. So yeah, but I feel like the three main first basemen that we only need are Christian Walker, John Singleton, and Mauricio Dubon. At second base, we got Jose Altuve and Mauricio Dubon. So Altuve, I'm fine with. Dubon, I'm fine with. Third base, we got Isaac Paredes and Mauricio Dubon. I'm fine with that. Shortstop, Jeremy Pena and Mauricio Dubon. Great. Left field, Mauricio Dubon, Taylor Trammell, Jordan Alvarez, and Zach Dezenzo. I would send Zach Dezenzo down in AAA. I would have Taylor Trammell as the third backup, and I would have Jordan Alvarez as the second backup. Alright, Dubon is number one. Alright, center field, you got Jake Myers, Chas McCormick, Mauricio Dubon. Alright, I would put McCormick as number three, Dubon number two, Jake Myers number one. Right field, McCormick, Taylor Trammell. I would have Taylor Trammell number one, Chas McCormick number two. Mainly because I want to see how Trammell can do. Designate hitter, we got Alvarez, Diaz, and Singleton. Alright, I think Singleton should just stick to first base and DH. Alright, DH is good enough for just Alvarez and Diaz, maybe Caratini, but mostly just Alvarez and Diaz. Alright, and that's that. Close that tab. Yeah. Alright. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. It's 48-37, 11 Kansas over Cincinnati. Sorry guys, I was letting my dog in. Mayo for two. It's now 50-40. Sorry, now 50-37. 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining in the game. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. 30 seconds on the shot clock now because Kansas has the basketball now. They reset it. Alright. Let me see. Alright. Kansas upcoming schedule: Iowa State, Kansas State, TCU, Houston, and UCF. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game on January 15th against Iowa State in Iowa, in Iowa, and against Houston on January 25th. The Bearcats, they got Colorado, Arizona State, Texas Tech, BYU, and Utah. That'll be a tough game for them in BYU, at BYU. At BYU. And that might also be a tough game for them against Texas Tech as well. Mom says that Bella appreciates you letting her be part of the podcast. Yeah. She just laid down. She just laid down on my bed. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Yes, she does. Alright. A minute 34 ago in the game. KJ Adams is shooting free throws for the Kansas, makes the first one, now 51-37. Right. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, da 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 da. Thirty 35 seconds left. Deep three, Cincinnati off the mark, and rebound Kansas. And after dropping a conference opener to West Virginia, to the West Virginia Mountaineers, the Kansas Jayhawks will earn their third straight win here, beating the Cincinnati Bearcats. 2-pointer for Cincinnati and a buzzer beater by Hunter Dickinson, now 54-40. And that'll be it. The Kansas Jayhawks pull off the win of the Cincinnati Bearcats, 54-40. They're now 12-3 overall. Their 600th win as Bill Self's 600th win as Kansas head coach. Kansas now 12-3 overall, 3-1 in conference play. Cincinnati is now once they show it again. Hold on. Once they show it again. If they show it again. Yeah, here we go. Now 10-5 overall, 0-4 in conference play. They have yet to win a game in conference play. But yeah. And that, folks, will also do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Watch party between the 11-ranked Kansas Jayhawks and the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'll be live again in a little bit at 3:30 p.m. for the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers AFC wildcard game. All right, so I'll see y'all there. See you at 3:30.